Okay, now we're going to talk about operations with signed numbers. A signed number is a number that either has a positive or a negative side in front of it. It has a positive or a negative relationship to 0. If we take a look at the number line at the bottom of this slide, you'll see that 0's in the center, and then we start counting backwards from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 as we move to the left. As we move to the right from 0, we go 1, 2, and 3 without a sign. The numbers to the left are the negatives, and the numbers to the right are the positives. Starting from 0 and moving backwards to the left, 3 is negative 3. Starting from 0 and moving to the right, 3 whole numbers or places is a positive 3, or just 3 as we see it standardly. The absolute value of any number is the number by itself without the direction of the sign. In other words, the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. The absolute value of positive 3 is 3. The absolute value is written between two lines or pipelines. It would just be 3. Notice the line on each side of the 3. It signifies drop the sign. An inequality is a mathematical statement. Inequalities are less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or just not equal to. They are signified by the signs on the second line of the slide. So if we take a look at the number line, 3 is greater than negative 2 because it's to the right on the number line as negative 2. Negative 1 is less than 0. Again, this is based on the direction you move on the number line from one to the other number. Move to the left, it's less than. Move to the right, it's greater than. Fractions can also have positive or negatives as well. Fractions are positive if there's no sign written, just as in 1/2. Fractions are positive if 2 of the signs are negative. So in other words, if you have a negative 1 over a plain 2, with a negative sign in front of it, it's positive. Fractions are only negative if all of the 3 signs are negative or if just one sign is negative. And your book gives you some great examples of this. If you have to add 2 signed numbers, okay, if the 2 numbers being added have the same sign, add the numbers just as you normally would. Like 3 plus 1 is actually positive 3 plus positive 1. That equals a positive 4. If the 2 numbers being added have different signs, subtract the smaller number from the larger and take the sign of the larger. So in this example, we have 3 plus negative 4. We would subtract the 3 from the 4 and take the sign of the negative 4. So our answer is negative 1. And again, if you take a look at the number line, you can actually count forward 3 spaces. So it will be 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then count backwards 4 spaces from the 3. So 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1. And that's how you get your answer of negative 1. When subtracting numbers with different signs, change the sign of the number being subtracted and change the subtraction sign to addition and follow the rules of addition. So, for example, 4 minus 7 is actually 4 plus negative 7, which will be a negative 3. 8 minus 3 is 8 plus 3 is 11. Again, you're going right 8 places on the number line, and then you're going another 8 places on the number line, or 3 places on the number line. Negative 9 minus positive 5 translates to a negative 9 plus negative 5, or a negative 14. Negative 7 minus 3 is a negative 7 plus a positive 3, so again you end up with a negative 4 as a result. Multiplication and division, disregard the signs and multiply or divide the numbers as required. If the signs of the original numbers were the same, the result is always positive. So a negative 4 times a negative 8 is a positive 32. If the signs of the original numbers were different, the signs are negative. So a negative 5 times 2, because that's a positive 2, is a negative 10. Okay, some examples of this: 2 times 4 is 8. The signs are the same. It's a positive result. Negative 2 times negative 4. The signs are the same. It's a positive result. Negative 2 times 4 is a negative 8. The signs are different. So it's a negative result. And again, 2 times negative 4, again, negative result. Division is the same thing. Negative 8 divided by negative 2, the signs are the same. It's a positive result. 8 divided by 2, again, signs are the same. Positive result. 8 divided by negative 2, the signs are different. It's a negative result. Negative 8 divided by 2, again, signs are different. Negative result. We also have to make sure we do things in the correct order of operation. First, complete any operations inside a set of parentheses, then brackets, and work your way outwards. Then complete any powers or roots. Like in our area formulas of the last lesson, we had radius squared. Take care of the squares first. Then do any multiplication or division from left to right, as you would read. And then finally, do any addition and subtraction from left to right. But always do the stuff inside the parentheses first. So, for example, in this equation up here, we have a negative parentheses 12 times 10, close parentheses, plus 12. So we keep our negative. We take care of the 12 times 10, which is 120. Then we drop the parentheses. We're basically saying, okay, now we have a negative number plus 12, and we keep our negative 108. Same thing on the statement below it. You take care of all your material inside the parentheses first. Change the sign, multiplication, and finally addition.